This is DMG, and in this video we are going to talk about reeds and grasses and adding them to our ultra cheap war game boards made out of pizza boxes. This is going to be cheap-tastic. If you're enjoying these videos, consider supporting me by making a purchase on the dmg.info/store, which helps to financially support this channel. Click the like button, share it with your friends, share it on social media, and let's get straight down to the point. Right, so we're going to grab some synthetic rope. So it should be synthetic, and I've grabbed yellow for a very specific reason, and we just want to cut off a lengthy piece and unravel it. So this one has 3 cords in it. Thicker rope would have more cords, but you want to make sure that you get each cord unraveled. And then we want some baking paper and a piece of cardstock. So get about 1 inch of one of the cords and cut it off, twist it on one end, place a blob of hot glue on the baking paper, and hold the twisted end in the hot glue until it cures. So it should stand up on its own like this. Do as many as you like. Of course, if you buy a huge thing of rope, you will have a lot. So that's what the little base looks like. Tease out the synthetic strands, because what we're going to do now is grab a pair of scissors and we're going to vary the lengths of these strands. So just go around just randomly cutting things to different lengths so that everything doesn't look like you just cut it all in one spot. We want a kind of a natural feel to the length of these grasses. So then once you've done that to all of them, grab some green paint and paint 3/4 of the way up from the base towards the top of the grass. And do that on the cardstock because we're going to use that in the next video. So do this for all of them, 3/4 of the way, 2/3 of the way up. And on the base, we're going to do some brown on that hot glue little base. And you can bleed that brown into the base of the grass as well, the lower ends of the grass, to give it a sort of a mud or sand look. So continue on that through all of the pieces that you've created. And now what we're going to do is grab a long length of the same unraveled synthetic rope, wrap it around your fingers, 2 or 3 fingers, grab some, rip off some of the band-aid of crafting, the masking tape, and wind it around the center. So you've got what like your grandma's knitting all rolled up in the middle. And then using your scissors, cut all the loops. So make sure you get every single loop that there is, cut that off, and just make sure you go through and check that you've got them all, and then cut down the middle. So now we have 2 bunches of large clump of grass or reeds. Big blob of hot glue on the baking paper, or parchment paper as it may be called in your country, and massage the grass into that and allow it to cure. So once you've done that, you then unravel the masking tape. If a little bit is left behind at the end, that doesn't really matter. Once we paint it, it'll sort of hide all that. And again, vary the lengths of the different strands by using your scissors and randomly cutting the various lengths, and tease out the strands with your fingers. So the reason why we have used yellow, obviously, is to get the dry grass look at the top. And the reason we have used synthetic twine as opposed to a regular twine is that it actually stands up a lot easier on its own because of the substance that it is. When I did this with string and other things, it didn't look as good, and you also had to bathe it in color and all that. And I've seen other people do this as well. But the synthetic rope, I think, really is much quicker. The paint dries pretty easily, and you don't really need to worry about too much mess other than the offcuts from shaving the grass lengths. So on the actual wargame board, we are then going to, or this is around the pond, I'm just going to place all the little grasses wherever I see fit, and the large ones use a little bit extra hot glue to put that in place. So this starts to look really, really good, as you see here, with the little dry top You can even, has that sort of reed look where you've cut it as well, the sort of thicker ends, and it's really starting to take shape now. So just repeat the same process across all your other boards, wherever you want to place little bits of grass and whatever. You can, of course, vary the lengths, so you do not have to maintain the same length throughout. You can make it shorter, you can make it longer, all that kind of stuff. So as we travel through to our final board, the riverine board, you can see now just in amongst the rocks and that sort of thing, you can play around with as many of these as you like. And in the next video, we will discuss how to do varied leaves, so broadleaf plants. So that's reeds and grasses. You couldn't be cheaper and you couldn't be easier. Well, you probably could be, but I didn't think of it, so someone else will have to do that work. Of course, if you like this video, like button, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to check out 7D System.